Every crime hides a story. Every story waits to be uncovered. Welcome to Truth Unraveled. On a quiet night in New Mexico, what seemed like nothing more than a burned mattress by the roadside turned into something far darker. A horrifying discovery was about to spark one of Albuquerque's most disturbing murder investigations.
Tell me exactly what happened.
We think we found a body out here.
And what makes you think that?
It's in a road, and somebody had put it on like a mattress or something and burned it. And it looks like it has bones in it, and you can see intestines and guts, and I don't know. It's weird.
The chilling words from that 911 call confirmed investigators' worst fears. This was not an accident, but evidence of a brutal killing. One that would soon unravel a story of betrayal, family ties, and unimaginable violence. This is the haunting tale of Marilyn Gandert, whose faith in the people closest to her ended in devastating betrayal. While officers were still processing the disturbing discovery in Rio Rancho, another call was placed, this time from a worried brother in Albuquerque. He feared something was terribly wrong with his sister, Marilyn.
Albuquerque Police, how can I help you?
Yes, this is Harry Gandert. I'm at my sister's house, and she's not here. And I haven't been able to get a hold of her, and she usually gets back to me because I call her every morning and night, and she has, and the phone has been offline.
Harry's voice carried deep concern. Marilyn's phone was silent, her car was parked at home, and even the note he had left on her door remained untouched. For him, these were clear signs that his sister's disappearance was far from ordinary. Officers soon arrived to meet Harry at Marilyn's home. Their body cameras recorded his growing unease as he explained what he had found.
What's going on, though?
Answering the door, her phone is like it goes directly to voice messaging.
Okay.
I left a note there yesterday.
Okay.
Still there.
Okay.
Her vehicle is here. Yeah, 'cause I'm really nervous.
Do you have a
She's
key?
got No, I don't.
Every detail he shared painted a troubling picture. Unanswered calls, a note untouched, and Marilyn's car still parked outside. To Harry, none of it added up.
He doesn't have that many friends. He's like me, kind of solitary.
Okay. All right.
But now my mind is going everywhere. That I got kidnapped. Or
I'm with you, sir.
killed or I don't.
Harry feared the worst. To him, Marilyn's quiet lifestyle meant she wouldn't just vanish without a word. The thought of kidnapping had already begun to haunt his mind. Investigators reached out to those who knew Marilyn best. Her close friend Nancy echoed Harry's fears, adding to the growing alarm over her sudden silence.
Are you worried about Marilyn too?
Yeah.
I haven't get a hold of her for a couple of days, and it's just not like her.
No, it isn't.
So have you gone in? Did you have a key?
No, I don't have a key.
Do you have a key?
No.
No?
Nancy's concern painted a troubling picture. Marilyn wasn't answering calls, and nobody had seen her for days. The puzzle of her disappearance was only deepening. With no signs of Marilyn and her phone silent, officers decided they had no choice but to enter the home. Their body cameras captured every tense moment as they searched for answers inside.
I'm gonna go inside, okay?
Why? Your best friend.
I understand that, but there might be somebody in there.
But the uncertainty was too great. Officers knew they couldn't risk walking in alone.
Come over here. I'm gonna wait for another officer. We're gonna go inside, and then we'll get everything taken care of. I just don't want you to be getting hurt, okay?
Before stepping in, officers prepared themselves for the possibility of finding something, or someone, inside.
Residents, this is Albuquerque Police Department. Coming inside, need to make your presence known now. Come to the front door with your hands open and empty. Do it now!
Every call-out echoed through the house, but no response came. The silence only deepened the sense of dread.
Let's let me clear this view. Stepping out. Clear. Cool.
So, I think this is the garage in here.
Room by room, the house was cleared. But instead of finding Marilyn, officers uncovered only more questions and an unsettling silence. As investigators examined the home more closely, one detail immediately stood out, something that didn't make sense at all.
A lot of pill bottles, and I saw a lot of hospital kind of paperwork.
Dude, I bet you she's in the hospital.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm surprised they just might take care of the dogs.
Yeah, just doesn't.
The house keys are still on the outside of the front door.
Yeah, the keys are on the door.
Finding Marilyn's keys left in the front door was deeply suspicious. To detectives, it suggested she hadn't simply walked away. Something far more sinister could have happened. The investigation quickly expanded beyond Marilyn's house. Detectives turned their attention to a rental property linked to her granddaughter, Alyssa. What they found there only deepened the mystery. Officers drive to the rental residence.
Hi.
Hi, can you come on out a second?
Yeah.
So, what's going on?
I'm moving out.
Okay, what's your name?
Alyssa.
Alyssa appeared nervous, explaining she was in the process of moving. But her story raised more questions than it answered.
It just clears a few things up for us.
No, that's fine. I said I'm going to come by in about an hour for the keys. I don't have, but I told her when I am, and see, she wasn't answering me, but she doesn't always answer me.
So the last one you got from her
was at 10:35 on the 26th. That was the Friday.
Okay.
But she was here that day, and we were hanging out.
She admitted she had last seen Marilyn on the very day she vanished, claiming they had exchanged text messages about house keys. To investigators, the timeline was becoming increasingly critical.
She didn't come yesterday, and I expected her to come by, but I didn't think anything of it. I thought, she probably just...
Right.
Sometimes she gets mad and won't even talk to me, and she's mad at me, but she has been pretty cordial with me. I said, I'm just trying to get my stuff out.
Alyssa suggested Marilyn could have been upset or avoiding contact, but her explanations didn't convince detectives, who were already beginning to view her as more than just a concerned granddaughter. Meanwhile, just miles away in Rio Rancho, authorities received yet another call. The grim discovery that began as a suspicion was about to be confirmed.
Tell me exactly what happened.
We think we found a body out here.
And what makes you think that?
It's in a road, and somebody had put it on like a mattress or something and burned it. And it looks like it has bones in it, and you can see intestines and guts, and I don't know. It's weird.
The remains were real. Charred, mutilated, and unmistakably human. It was clear now that investigators were dealing with a homicide.
Hey, here it is.
I don't know, man. It looks like it has rips and teeth in there.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if it's real or...
Yeah, it's creepy. It might be exactly what we think it is, so...
Witnesses described what they had seen in the early hours of the morning. For police, there was no doubt left. Someone had gone to great lengths to destroy Marilyn's body.
Alright folks, so listen, this is what we're going to have to do, okay? Because we have to treat everything as if it's a homicide investigation. So what I'm going to ask you all to do is I'm going to just get pictures of each one of you. Doing this for us. To make sure, no, leave it right there. Now, underneath. And we'll start blocking off the whole area.
The area was immediately locked down. From this point forward, every step of the investigation would be treated as a murder case. Not long after, detectives had the heartbreaking task of updating Harry. The body discovered in Rio Rancho had been positively identified.
So I told you I was going to keep you up to date as to everything that's going on. The body that she suspected in Rio Rancho, the burned one, was positively identified as Marilyn.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Why don't you have a seat, sir?
Yeah, sit down.
In that single moment, the search turned into sorrow. The hope of finding Marilyn alive was gone.
Never hear her voice. I mean, she would just, it
a wonderful person and a very wonderful sister, and I miss her every day of my life. She was the type of person who would do anything.
Harry's grief was immediate and overwhelming. The sister he had been so desperately searching for was now confirmed dead, the victim of a brutal crime.
She was like me, solitary.
She liked to stay home?
By herself, yeah. She had just a few friends like Nancy.
Did she rarely leave the house?
Yeah, I can't think of what she would leave. I think right now she was going with the process of eviction, getting things started with moving. Lisa lies all the time, and she would promise to pay the rent and didn't. And she just got tired this.
As Harry described Marilyn's struggles, investigators began to wonder whether financial tensions and family conflicts might hold the key to her tragic death. As detectives dug deeper, those closest to Marilyn began to raise suspicions. Her friend Nancy openly questioned the role of family members in the tragedy.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want. You try not to be in the way, and yet you try to. I'm looking for her. I'm coming for her.
Right.
Because I ended up calling 911 on Sunday morning because Alyssa shouldn't have had the keys in the first place.
Attention quickly shifted toward Marilyn's own grandchildren. Soon after, investigators spoke to Drake, whose words revealed a troubling picture of what had been happening inside the household.
I would say 3 or 4 days ago, my grandmother was telling my mother that we were getting kicked out, so then I was helping her move out.
Drake described eviction pressures and moving out, but detectives sensed his calm tone didn't quite match the gravity of the situation. Investigators soon brought Drake in for questioning. They wanted to see how he would respond when confronted with the devastating news.
So, your grandma, we found her, but she's dead.
Where at?
Well, we believe that it's suspicious. Okay, we think someone killed her.
When?
And I'm really sorry.
Okay. How does that make you feel? That makes you feel sad.
Drake's flat and emotionless reply unsettled detectives. For a grandson who had just learned of his grandmother's murder, his lack of grief was alarming. Meanwhile, officers returned to the rental property to conduct another search. They were determined to uncover the truth hiding within those walls.
Anyone else inside?
So she says.
This is the Albuquerque Police Department. Make your presence known. Make your presence known now.
Clear. Good now.
As they combed through the house, officers made a chilling discovery. Bloodstains on a mattress and smeared across a wall. The evidence inside the rental made it clear something violent had taken place here. Detectives soon had enough evidence to take decisive action. Drake was located at a hotel, and officers moved in to make the arrest.
Do you have any weapons on you, man? Oh, sure. Step on out.
Once in custody, the teenager faced direct questions about his grandmother's death. What he said next shocked even seasoned investigators.
I wrote a warrant for you for the homicide of your grandma. So I'm actually charging you with the homicide of your grandma.
Okay.
Okay. I've already had your mom, your mom's arrested.
Yeah.
And Annie is arrested.
Okay.
Okay.
Even as he learned of the charges against him and the arrests of his mother and aunt, Drake showed little reaction, a chilling calmness that unsettled detectives.
My grandmother said, "I'm too old. Will you please me?" Multiple times, drunk and sober.
Okay.
That is honestly.
Drake claimed the killing was his grandmother's request, a story detectives found both disturbing and deeply suspicious. Inside the interrogation room, detectives pressed Drake for details. His description of what happened that night left little doubt about his involvement.
So you're saying that at some point your grandma asked you to kill her?
Yeah.
So do you remember that date?
I don't remember the date, but that's what she
Maybe
wanted.
not the actual date. I'm not asking you for the date, but can we go back to that date in your memory and tell me what happened?
In a cold and matter-of-fact tone, Drake admitted to ending his grandmother's life, attempting to frame it as an act of mercy. For investigators, it was the horrifying confirmation they had been expecting. Attention then turned to Marilyn's granddaughter, Alyssa. Under questioning, her version of events began to unravel.
Left. Well, I would assume that she's or something.
Okay, so you don't see Drake at that point?
No, not at all in the house.
Okay.
Alyssa first tried to distance herself, insisting she hadn't seen Drake inside the house that night. But detectives pressed on, knowing the truth was far darker.
Then we unload the mattress, and I poured gasoline and I lit it up.
Alyssa confessed to helping dispose of Marilyn's body. The act of setting it on fire was her attempt to erase the evidence of the crime. Finally, investigators questioned Annie, another key family member. What she revealed laid bare the horrifying reality of Marilyn's final moments.
So, and then when Drake got there, we all were in Alyssa's room getting high. That's pretty much when Alyssa, she had brought it up before about killing Marilyn. I still didn't think we were gonna do it. I thought she was joking. She just told me when she nods, because she would pretend that she was the Don, like the Godfather. She just told me when I nod, get her.
Her words revealed that Marilyn's murder was not random, but something carefully thought out. The plan was already in motion, long before Marilyn ever walked through the door.
And Marilyn was coming in. Drake was like, can you just let us stay? Look at my mom packing. She was like, no. Alyssa looked at me and Drake and nodded, and I looked at Drake and he started walking behind Marilyn, and I got Marilyn in from behind and took her down.
Step by step, Annie described how the family turned against Marilyn, how every signal, every nod pushed the plan forward into a violent reality.
I had gotten another cord and put it around her neck to strangle her, and Drake pulled it with me and it broke, and then Drake grabbed my knife, and that's when he started going at it a bunch of times, and I yelled and I grabbed the knife from him. He had already...
Annie's confession exposed the cold and calculated nature of the attack. Together, she, Drake, and Alyssa had turned on Marilyn, carrying out a murder driven by resentment, pressure, and cruelty. But Annie's chilling words were not the end of the revelations. Soon, another voice would add even more horror to the story: Drake's girlfriend, Nikki. Her testimony would reveal the shocking role she was forced to play in covering up the crime, and how the family tried to erase the evidence of their brutality. According to Nikki, Alyssa and Annie forced her to help cover up the murder. With a knife and a gun nearby, she said she had little choice but to do what they demanded. Nikki recalled seeing Marilyn's lifeless body on the floor before it was wrapped in a sheet and loaded into Annie's truck. She was then made to drive to a secluded location where Marilyn's remains were left for Alyssa to set on fire. As they drove away, Nikki could still see the flames burning in the rearview mirror. Her story was later supported by hard evidence. Surveillance cameras captured Annie's truck near the spot where the body was dumped. When investigators searched the vehicle, they found Marilyn's blood, as well as her purse, medication, and keys. The forensic proof was undeniable. After months of painstaking investigation, arrests were finally made in May 2018. Alyssa and Annie were charged with the brutal murder of Marilyn Gandert. Alyssa's son Drake faced charges too, after evidence revealed that all three had participated in the crime. Together, they attacked Marilyn, restrained her, and ultimately ended her life before discarding her body and setting it alight. During court proceedings, Annie testified against Alyssa and Drake, confirming the violent plot they had carried out. On October 3rd, 2019, sentences were handed down. Alyssa received 30 years in prison. Drake was given 26 years, and Annie received 12 years. The judge acknowledged Drake's difficult past, but made it clear that nothing excused the cruelty of his actions. The murder of Marilyn Gandert shattered not only a family, but also the very trust that binds people together. Though justice was served, the loss and the pain left behind could never truly be repaired. Thank you for watching. If you found this case unsettling, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another true crime story. See you in the next one.